Aero, issue number 1, Legacy issue number 1. This is the first time we've ever seen her in a book. Now, she debuted in the War of the Realms tie-in event. She was an agent of Atlas. I can't tell you a thing that she did. I don't remember anything from that book because of the mistake of debuting a million characters in that. But this is her solo. This is her origin. This is the beginning of this character as far as I'm concerned. I was wrong. Before I get to the play-by-play, let me just give you the mindset. I thought this would fail. How stupid is it to introduce a million or 4 different characters at the same time? Who is Swordmaster from Wave from Aero? And how could we ever take the Agents of Atlas serious? While I stand by that, I disagree with the delivery, but this was a damn good story. This is iconic. I can see this comic book being worth money in the future. I loved the story of Aero. I like her power set. I understand how she's the architect of Shanghai. It's great. Like, there's no way to put it. Now I should be happy, right? Because this is everything I asked for. I love the new characters. I don't like we have a Hulk. Let's just put another guy with green skin who gets angry and gets powerful, and we'll call him Brawn. That's bullshit. Iron Man, Ironheart. Ironheart's my favorite character. I love Riri Williams. But we're making a second Iron Man. Sam Alexander Nova. We don't double up. We create new things. And while Aero's powers have probably been done before, wind kind of manipulation, flying, that kind of stuff, this is a new character, brand new, is not the student, underling, Padawan of any older person in the Marvel Universe. So this is how it's done. It's just that they're doing like 4 or 5 of them at the same time, which is a recipe for disaster. But I'm not going to be part of that disaster because I'm going to keep on picking up this book, and I will not be a reason for its downfall. Because this is what I want. It's what we want. We always ask for this, right? Everyone who's tired and mad at Miles Morales Spider-Man should be going, okay, brand new, fresh, original. I can start from the beginning. There's no long backstory. There's no history of unknown that I'm not. This is it, Aero. Let's get to the play-by-play. We begin, like I said, War of the Realms. Anyone who knows how to pronounce her name, it's Elia Ling. That's what the comment section is for. If you've seen an interview where the writer says it, Leia Ling, we're gonna go with Aero. So it explains how she's balancing a second life while being a superhero. Okay, I guess she has a secret identity. Explains why we don't have trouble in Shanghai. Yep, it's the real reason is because New York is actually the home of all these comic book creators back in the 50s. So what do you know? They're all in New York. But this at least says she's protecting the city, and that's why we don't get messed there. Cool. Something I noticed from the artists, they're gonna have a tricky time illustrating her power being air. It's transparent. It's see-through. Like, you can't show me air. I know Jean Grey from the X-Men has psychic telekinetic manipulation, and it's usually purple, red. They always color the thing that she's using. How are you gonna color air though? I mean, it's cool that you can show ripples of air and stuff, but how exactly are you gonna get this? As I turned the page I answered that question, or it answered that question. It's by showing the cell job. Look at the way he is reacting to the wind attack. He's collapsing. This big building monster is collapsing through other buildings and things. Him falling down. It's all about how you sell it. Wrestlers punch wrestlers all the time, but when Big Show cocks the fist and hits you with that punch, that wrestler goes down for the count, 1, 2, 3, because of how the sell is performed. Now, she's speaking all poetically about a building. Oh, I built this to bring peace and warmth, safety, tranquility, all that baloney to this building that she architected, which probably doesn't have a 4th floor. It definitely doesn't have a 4th floor. She's from China. That's a thing. 4 is the number of death. They don't put 4th floors, suite number 404, 104. They just ignore the number 4 in China. Even in Toronto, buildings are manufactured here by Chinese developers, and they will skip on the 4th floor. and those are attracted to the Chinese, the population. Like they will actually live in those, preferably over the I was gonna say standard, but the standard means we skip the 13th floor, right? So what's normal really? I can control the flow of air just by thinking of it. Shout out to Storm. She is using her air to look at what's happening inside of a building. She can speak to the air, manipulate it like that. Later on, we'll see that she can also find people because the air talks to her. Shout out to Wind Dancer. That's another mutant. Depowered but not forgotten. Sophia Manteiga. Like, this is used powers, borrowed powers from other heroes, but we're doing it fresh and we're doing it better. I think it's a whole lot better than any other wind hero I've ever seen. And this is about the time where I'm realizing that this is the character. This is an A tier character. This is going to be remembered, and I'm down with it. I hope, you know what, Shang-Chi, that movie about a Chinese superhero that's in development or in talks or rumored, fuck him. We go with Aero. Aero is, I want to see Leia Ling in a movie before I see Shang-Chi with his kung fu powers. Give me this. This is what I want to see. Now, Wave is the second part of this book. This is weird. This is different to me. And back in the olden days, they used to have Iron Man and Captain America on the same book. But this is a new story from a new character. It takes place right after that Agents of Atlas stuff that was happening at War of the Realms. Everyone was receiving their medals, all the Asian characters, all the new ones. And, hey, where's Wave? So she uses her powers, like I said, to find that the waves were rippling at an uneven pace. What's going on, Wave? And she explains to her, we get Wave's backstory. She's a good swimmer. She was scouted, Wave was, by Alon Tech. And while she was doing her tests, they were busted by the Triumph Division. Hold up, I was working for the bad guys? Yeah, the Triumph Division are like a Filipino super team. So they scouted her, and they found her out, took her on her team, kept a watchful eye on her this whole time. Now, at the events of Agents of Atlas, she abandoned Triumph Division to do her mission with the Agents of Atlas, and for that reason, they feel like you betrayed us, and they were ready. They were just looking for a reason. Yeah, you were always evil. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. And now, instead of lying on the cold hard ground, her and Aero are gonna team up and fight Red Feather from the Triumph Division. And it's to be continued. Great to be continued, man. That's a cliffhanger I want to see. I'd like to see Red Feather die. I'd like to see all these useless characters who were... When was the last time Red Feather was in a book? I didn't know he existed prior to a month ago. I'm sure we just need to kill off these guys. You know, you add a body... If a character kills another character, it makes them better than another character. We're elevating the stock of Aero and Wave if they're able to take out Red Feather. So, therefore, eliminate him. I think this was a strong book, a great first outing, better than your favorite superhero's first outing, unless it's Amazing Fantasy number 15, because they've dedicated an hour of that whole comic book to a movie. That's where Spider-Man debuted, for those of you who don't know. And if you know how to pronounce Leia Lang's name, comment section is for you, and it's for me too, because it improves the YouTube algorithm. YouTube will recommend this to people, because other people are commenting, oh my god, this guy's engaging, he's keeping people on YouTube. Chillmonger, let's recommend his videos. So recommend my videos, y'all. Thumbs me up, and until next time, I don't have an outro.